Yeah, 'cause we lost the last one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, and that's not nice
It's not
actually.
nice.
So
I
I
thought it
thought,
was a good one as well.
yeah, it was really relaxed, and that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for just a normal conversation with an artist that's on his way to get really really big. If you ask me, that's yeah. So okay, let's see. Well, obviously we can't discuss things we discussed in the last one, like
Yeah,
saying last one we said there was an album to come, and now there is an album to come. Like that, we can't say it because we don't have the recordings, but now you have an album coming out, and that's pretty cool.
yeah. Well, actually, well, an EP. Yeah,
Yeah, I did, and I'm actually very glad that I managed to get the signed copy. I hope I did.
you
I
did. You did.
assume I did. I assume I did.
Yeah, yeah. The
So,
first. Well, I think I'll probably uh I imagine I'll probably sign all of them to be honest. But the first 50 come with like it's like an extra like lyric sheet that comes like as part of the record, and it's only in the first 50, and that will be signed as well, obviously. But it's kind of just like an extra bit of artwork that comes with the record,
yeah,
but just for the first sort of people that got there the quickest sort of thing.
yeah, it's really really cool. I mean, just giving that personal touch. I mean, it's nice.
Yeah, I think the way that the record like was um because I did a Kickstarter campaign to sort of raise
Yeah, I
money
saw.
for it and everything, and I think based on how the record was like made, i.e., sort of with so much sort of interaction with people, I think I'm trying to do as many sort of touches that I can to make it as personal as possible. So I think it's just another thing, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so the album is coming out. It features. I don't think Eggshells is out there yet. I think it's still unknown.
It is unknown, yeah.
November 5th. That one is known, and it's pretty good. It's really good.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it's changed up quite a bit, but
there's a live version from France up in.
yeah, yeah, that was from the tour I did over there. I did a live video that I did that song then because I wrote that song um a few weeks before the tour,
Yeah.
and and I wasn't going to record that song. I wasn't going to film that song, but I was staying in the apartment.
Where you also did the awesome, I still think it's awesome, the Into the
Yeah,
Wild session. I really love the song, and a lot of people I show it to, they love it too. So that be a hint.
yeah, no,
Course.
it's funny. That song just keeps coming up. People keep telling me to record it, and it's so funny. I wrote that song so many years ago. I don't really. It's one of those songs that I don't really like remember writing. It just sort of all of a sudden I had it, and I don't know. It's so different to what I normally do, but
Yeah, it's different. That's true.
yeah, it's quite sort of quick lyricism. It's almost like slightly. I wouldn't use the word rap by any means, but you know what I mean. Quite sort of
Yeah, I see.
rhythmic
But
lyrics.
last time you said you actually had a recording of it, a clean one. So
Yeah, no one's ever hearing that.
okay.
That will remain in the archives, unfortunately. But I'm sure I'll do it at some point. I just to be honest, I think it's mainly just things have been so busy, and I've been
Yeah.
working so much on this record and to get this right that I haven't, and I'm still trying to write as I go, you know. So it's just sort of
Mhm.
like another song that just sort of gets further and further down the pecking order. But people keep asking, so I think at some point I'm gonna just have to swallow my pride and
You have to just face up
it.
and face it and just go for it.
Yeah.
So another question I had is, well, I'm an artist myself, so I'm quite interested. Where did the cover art from your album come? Where did it pop up from?
That was really, really cool. I essentially for the artwork of the record, again because of how I released it, I really wanted it to be sort of like as sort of interactive as possible. And I put a thing on Tumblr originally and Facebook actually, just sort of saying, you know, if there's anyone that's into art or you know design of any kind and they're into my music, then to get in touch. And yeah, I just put a thing up online saying that if anyone was interested in sort of submitting potential artwork for the record.
Damn, is that? But okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
are you
but I don't think my style would be. It's very very different from the album cover.
like,
So
yeah. Yeah, I put it on Facebook and I just I put it on Tumblr as well, and just I kind of did it on a bit of a whim, really. I kind of wasn't sure if I'd get anyone that would even do it. And I got loads. I got so many, and it was amazing. It was so cool that people put so much time and effort into it. And in the end, obviously I could only use one.
yeah,
And it's an artist called Sarah Hall, or I think it might be Sarah Hall, Sara.
hmm.
And she goes under the name Rich's Road. And she's an Australian artist, and she was like incredible. I was so lucky because when I first asked people to submit artwork, I didn't realize how much work there was going to be after the initial artwork, because I've never released a vinyl before, and I kept sort of having to go back to her and being like, "Oh, can you do this for me?" You know, and she did the front cover, the back cover.
Yeah,
She designed that. There's an A3 poster that I'm releasing with the record, which will be on the web store soon. And she
yeah.
designed.
And you also mentioned T-shirts. So
Yes, and I got
I think
t-shirts as well, which is actually through a different artist. That was from
okay,
a woman called Mathilde in France who did that design. But it was a similar situation. I asked people to submit pieces,
yeah,
and yeah, I love hers. I can't wait to show people that. I think it's a really cool design.
that's nice.
Hmm.
So actually, you had to choose the songs and you had to choose artwork. That's I'm me myself. I really hate choosing. I suck at it. I literally suck at it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's
I
not.
don't know.
It's
Choosing is
hard.
not fun.
I think that there was so many things with this entire project that I didn't anticipate, or I learned a lot from this whole release. And luckily, I had some help with it. You know, in terms of like getting a producer and sort of doing the more the less artistic side of things. You know, the more sort
Yeah,
of business side of things. I've got
commercial side.
Yeah, I've got a couple. I've got some guys that help me out that are awesome, and they've really helped me sort of get things in place. But again, you know, I was just so lucky, man. Like some of the people that I can't believe that people uh, people listen to my music, let alone people listen to it and enjoy it enough to, you know, send me artwork and help me out with T-shirt design and stuff. It's
It's crazy
it's so mind blowing. I don't really know where to start. Really, it's quite
because
something.
you have to at some point you have to realize that. For me, like I picked up your music like about half a year ago now.
Yeah,
And it was like, okay, cool. I have a blog. I've done some interviews. I could go for it. And then when you accepted, that was like, oh my God, he accepted.
mm,
So it's as an artist, when the more people listen to your song, the more people like it, you go up.
yeah,
And I think that's the part in their regard you go up, but in your own you're still in your own opinion and in your own way of viewing things, you're still the same. So that's maybe where you miss out on
yeah. Perhaps,
going.
yeah, definitely. I think the sort of the more sort of things that come up, and I've been really lucky, especially in the last year, to be honest, with some of the shows that I've done and some of the artists I've managed to play with.
Chet Faker, that's a big name.
Chet Faker was fantastic. Yeah, I've done a couple of shows with him now. Such a nice guy. Such a good musician. It was the first show I did with him was a lot more sort of he had a live band, and it was a lot more sort of singer-songwritery.
Yeah,
Like it was amazing. And then I did the show with him again recently, and it was a much more electronic set, and it was much more. It was just him with lots of toys and gadgets, and I still couldn't really tell you which one I prefer. I mean, it was like almost
yeah.
a totally different thing. But yeah, amazing. Such a good musician. But yeah, I think the more that things like that come up, it's sort of like a combination of not, yeah, like you say, not having that outside perspective of where I'm at, and being realistic of where I am still at. And also, I think the more that those things come up, the more that you push it up yourself. So a year ago or a year and a half ago, if someone said, you'd be doing shows in Paris and London and, releasing an EP and vinyl and all this kind of stuff, I would have been blown away. And now it's kind of like, okay, well then, what happens next? What happens next? So
what's the next step, and
yeah, I think you just carry.
You're on the go. You're on the rise. So
yeah.
But one more question, and I asked you last time, and it was a good question, and you might remember. It was what is the hardest part, starting or keep going? Now last time I asked you was February or January, I don't remember. So you were not like, now everything is going, like you said, concerts, big names, album coming up. So maybe you have a different answer now, because then you said, can't remember. I think it was.
Neither can I.
What?
I can't remember what I said either.
I think it was keep going.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think.
But I don't know the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
But there's my question. It's a question I ask every artist I interview.
It's a very, very good question. Very good question. I think I'd still stick with that. I think, yeah, definitely keep going. I think, yeah, it's a good question. I think starting, it kind of depends how you look at it, I think, because when I started doing it, there were so many years of me writing music and playing in my bedroom that I don't really know when I started, if you know what I mean. I just started doing some shows, I guess, over 2 years ago.
I remember you telling something about raining and going, a friend telling you, we have to record this. You went out and put it on YouTube, didn't mind it at all, and then you came back and it had like 1,000 views. So.
Yeah, that was it. It was just a friend who had a camera and he was around my house, and it was like the worst storm ever. And he was like, "Yeah, let's go out in it and film something." And I was just like, "You're a maniac." I mean, it was like the weather was like horrendous, But we did, and it was a video for a song called "Common Sense" that I filmed. It's still on YouTube. I did it like in the end. We did it underneath the train tracks.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, the tunnel, because it was raining so much. Yeah, and I put that up and then just left it there, and then I don't know, maybe 2 months later, came onto it and it was like 5,000-6,000 views, and I was just like, what happened? So I then carried. Then I sort of, I guess then I think it just gave me a little bit of confidence, because for so long I didn't want to really share the songs, and I did a few open mics and stuff, but it was hard, I got so anxious about it that I just didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I think in answer to your question, I think I'd say definitely carrying on, because I think everyone to a degree can start, I think.
Yeah.
I think if you can strum a few chords and you enjoy writing music, then you've already started,
It's basically, I put 2 songs on SoundCloud about 2 weeks ago, and that's a start, but it's the going and keep going and keep rising. Actually, that's difficult.
I couldn't tell you the amount of times I get it a lot actually when I have like a break from shows. If I don't play a show for a month or something, and it will start going on for a bit, and I'll be like, am I any good? Like, what am I doing? Like, I need to play live to like get that sort of like confidence back in me that people can that some people can appreciate what I'm doing. And I think it's really, really often you get stuck in that rut of being very unsure of what you're doing and if it's any good at all. Like, I think that even with the record I've got coming out now, it's like, I'm happy with it, and I think it's good, but you always have that doubt, and I think that's the doubt. That doubt is the thing that makes you stop if you're gonna, at least for me.
I think that goes for every artist in a way that when you, like you said, when you play in the bedroom or make art just for your own feelings and intentions, there's nobody there that tells you it's very good and you have to keep going, and you just do it because you like it. But when
Exactly.
you present it to people, you feel like well, not exactly owing them that you're good, but they like you, so you want to give back. You want to give things back. I think that's the whole idea. And then when you don't get the chance to show it, it's not just for you. You're doing it. It's for the people that gave you such appreciation and so much chances. And if
Exactly. Yeah.
you don't get the chance to give it, that's frustrating, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a strange. Yeah. It's like a sort of. I think that is kind of like a weird thing where it's the thing that adds a bit more pressure to the whole thing, but also the thing that makes you keep doing it. You know,
Mm.
it's kind of like a positive negative, I guess. Like it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess that's kind of the buzz. You know, that's kind of the whole point. It's exciting. You know, it's.
So I guess we're about 17 minutes in now,
Mhm.
so you'll be running out of time pretty quick.
I will indeed.
I have one last question, and I'm not sure if you want to answer it, but you mentioned something, not sure if you want me to cut it out, just say it,
Mhm.
about a video clip being recorded tonight.
Oh, this evening.
Yeah,
Well, actually, this evening, what I'm doing is the reason I'm leaving you now is because
yeah,
I'm not actually doing the filming this evening, but I'm meeting the director for the music video for Eggshells.
eggshells. So,
Yeah,
so that's like the release song. So when you release on 30th of June,
Mhm.
you're gonna be releasing eggshells too with a
It'll
video
be yeah.
earlier.
The A side of the record is Eggshells and November 5th song. So
Yeah.
I'm doing a video for both of those tracks.
Okay.
I can't. I think Eggshells will be the first video release, but I can't really say for sure at the moment. It kind of also depends on how well the shoot goes and stuff. I've got quite a quick turnaround to get everything done, as always. So it'll kind of depend on how things go. But yeah, I'm gonna go meet him very soon and sort of get get a bit of a storyboard down for it because I think
Yeah.
the video for Eggshells is going to be slightly more not majorly so, but a bit more complex than the video for November 5th song. So it needs a little bit more preparation for it. So
When I think about eggshells, I think about breakfast, but I'm really anxious to know what it's about. The song. I feel like
you want to know?
lifting. I've never heard it, and I'm
Yeah, no,
actually
no one has. Yeah.
no one has. It's
Well, I've played it a few shows over the last few months.
yeah.
But
So
yeah, no, it hasn't been released in any form. I don't think Run Away with Me has either. I did a
no, I
video.
couldn't find. The only one I could really find was November 5th song.
Yeah, no, Roaming's out there in the internet atmos, but yeah, no, Run Away with Me was done. I did a video for the Kickstarter pledges, but only for a limited time. I think it's kind of like a 50-50, and also the production on the record and the amount of work that's gone into the record, it's kind of a whole new animal now, you know.
Yeah.
To the songs that are already out there somewhere. So I'm quite interested to see what people make of it. But yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so maybe we should just keep it here. Let's see if it's still recording. If it's not, I'm gonna kill myself. It should be fine. Yeah. We'll see what it is, and if this doesn't work out, I'm just gonna, you know what, leave it at this, and we'll see. We had a nice talk again, and then I can try to convince people I Skype with the Jacko Hooper. But, okay, so good luck, man, and we'll stay in touch. Definitely stay in touch.
Yeah, let me know when you.
I'll let you know when the album arrives, and then
Yeah, let me know what happens with this as well.
yeah, sure.
Nice
See
one.
ya.
Take care of yourself.